We're here with Jono King Kong Carroll, who's getting ready for his fight coming up on the 14th of March against Colm Murphy. How you doing, Jono?
I'm very good. Thank you for having me, brother. But I'm all good, yeah.
Great to see you in the midst of training camp right here. We're a couple of weeks away now from the fight. Colm Murphy has just won his Commonwealth title about 10 days ago, and that was at Featherweight.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's only going to go up 2 kilos to fight you. How are you feeling about this, that he's just won this? Are you feeling happy for him?
I'm very happy for him because it was a dangerous fight for him to take, but the young man, I suppose, is shooting for greatness, and fair play to him, you know. Every opportunity you don't take in the sport is an opportunity lost. So I'm happy for him, but I was praying for him that he wouldn't just get injured. That was the most important thing. That number one, he wouldn't lose,
few weeks out,
and number one, he didn't get injured, and neither of those things happened. So I'm very grateful and very happy. Thank God.
Taking a fight on 31st of Jan, a few weeks later, IBO world title against you. And obviously he looks up to you. He said this in interviews before. He says he's watched you winning prize fights and being in Ireland, you know, watching you growing up.
Yeah.
So he's really coming for this. He's excited, and he's young, isn't he? He's 26 years old.
Of course, I respect that with a young man, you know. At the end of the day, I remember when I fought under Scott Quigg on the undercard when he beat Kiko Martinez. And I remember where I was sitting in the arena, and then years later, I was to fight Scott Quigg, you know. And I remember he tried to slag me a little bit, like saying like, oh, do you remember you come over to me looking for a picture and now you think you're going to beat me? And I said, yeah, listen, mate, at the end of the day, when your idols become your rivals, you know you're doing something correct, you know? And now this young man I was his idol now. I was not idol, but you know what I mean? Like,
well, he grew up on you,
He grew up watching me, so it's amazing the fact that he's getting the opportunity to fight me now. But I just believe there's levels to boxing, and I always thought I was better than Scott Quigg. I remember when I was sitting at home doing stupid things in my life, you know, when I wasn't boxing, I was falling into the streets and doing bad things. I remember sitting there with the lads, smoking weed and all, thinking, I'm better than him, I'm better than him. And my uncle turned around with my uncle Sean. I was like, if you're better than them, well, why the fuck are you sitting with all of us? We're all losers, bro. You're better than us. You need to go and do something with your life. If you think you're better than them, go and fucking do it. Prove it.
But you knew that there was something in you, didn't you? When you was in Ireland and you moved over to Australia and you became a pro boxer, you knew that there was something there. You were hungry for boxing, weren't you?
Yes and no. Like boxing always gave me an outlet. It gave me something like that I just loved doing. I love the thrill and the excitement of fighting. It's the one thing in life where like you have to be 100% focused, and I really like that about it, because you can't think about the past, you can't think about the future. You're in the moment and you're living in the moment. And that's what life is all about. You know what I mean? Like absorbing the energy of where you are right now. We're all blessed to be here alive today. We never know what tomorrow holds, you know? So when you're fighting, it's just so exciting. It's a beautiful thing, but at the same time, I wasn't a big fan of boxing. Like my dad loves boxing, absolutely obsessed with boxing. Me, I don't watch boxing.
You enjoyed more the actual physical fighting, didn't you? Then I know you said your dad is a big fan, but you didn't actually grow up really watching many fights. You just enjoyed being in it, didn't you?
Yes and no. Like I grew up watching fights because my dad would have them on the TV. When my dad was watching telly, I'd watch them with him. Me and my dad were quite close growing up, you know what I mean? So,
any particulars that stand out to you that you grew up watching? That
yeah,
like,
bro.
I love this.
One man who to this day I still have immense respect for is Prince Nassim Hamid. And it's a beautiful thing because now I know his sons. Like I remember walking through I was in Emirates MVD one day, and he walked past with one of his sons, and the son was like, all right, Jono. And then they come in and he gave me a big hug, and he was like, I seen you refer to Islam, Salam alaikum, brother, and he was hugging me. And the difference how I got treated from before he came in to then afterwards, because everyone knew him in the bank, you know what I mean? They were like, who's this kid that Prince Nassim Hamid that they're coming in to say hello to, you know? But him and Roy Jones Jr., and I've had the pleasure of meeting them both. They're both absolutely proper stand-up guys in real life. So I'm very grateful that, again, sometimes they say you shouldn't meet your rivals in real life, or your idols in real life, but those two men were amazing to meet in real life, I have to say. But I just love the showmanship of those characters, you know? Yeah. Ali, of course, but there's Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard. There's a lot of people who are just unbelievable fighters. Yeah. And you can't take anything away from them. You know, when people talk, oh, who's the best fighter in this? I don't know. Everyone has their own style. Everyone's different.
But
I don't
Nassim
try.
is definitely a great showman. He's just had his movie come out, his biopic.
Yeah.
He certainly puts on a display for the fans. And growing up in the 90s as we did, watching him on the screen, I remember you're like, how's he doing that? He's flipping over the ring. He's doing all these moves. He's not getting hit.
Yeah.
It was so clean and exciting to watch, wasn't it?
But also, like, he had that knockout power as well, which was beautiful. So, like, you just never know when the fight was going to be able to be stopped. But the most important thing that I always say is this isn't the entertainment business. No one wants to watch a boring fight. Like,
True.
I've been at fights where I'm just like, I can't believe people have to pay for this. Like, you know, I've seen more exciting amateur fights and white collar fights. So it's all about putting bums on seats, and I like to be exciting. I like to not just go in there and fight and win, but I like to give the fans a good show. You know what I mean? And that's what I plan on doing when I fight this young, hungry lion coming up. He wants what I have.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, I've worked too hard for this. It's a world title fight in my hometown. This man can't.
3 Arena back to you again. Yeah.
The last time I fought there, bro, I was 21. I was a kid myself, you know. But you have to understand, I also fought for the world title at 26, so it's not like he's young. There's many world champions who've been a lot younger than him. You know what I mean? So he looks young. He looks like a 15-year-old or something, but he's good.
I was going to say, nickname is Posh Boy, but I've got babyface for him.
Yeah.
Because he looks so young,
like
doesn't he?
Yeah. People text me, message and say, bro, you're going to smash him and he looks like a kid and blah, blah, blah. And to be honest with you, never be deceived by someone's looks. Never judge a book by its cover, especially in boxing.
He's got good reach as well. Like, obviously, he's a couple of inches taller than you, but he's got long arms, doesn't he? Yeah,
but I don't care about all that. Experience beats all that sort of stuff. You know, when you have experience, you can take what he does good, I can take away from him. That's what I truly believe.
What I really enjoyed was when you were both in Dublin and you did your face-off. And I think you gave him a little spook, you went boo, and he didn't flinch, he just stood there, and you were like, oh, he didn't even flinch. You were sort of surprised at him as well.
I wasn't even surprised, I've never done that to someone before. And even though I seen him, when I watched the back, his whole throat did up. You could see it, but at the end of the day, we were messing and just joking and chatting before it. So I was just messing, bro.
Well, he was surprised he didn't flinch because in an interview with Dev, he said that if someone knocks at the door, he tends to like go, who's that? So he was quite surprised himself. So maybe he had some adrenaline going through him that day.
Yeah, because you're like so in the zone, especially when you're doing the stare off, you're very serious, you know what I mean? And you're, like, I could see the little bit of devilish in his eyes. I like all that. Like, there's so many things that I respect the man over, you know? So he's shooting for greatness. I can't lose this fight because at the end of the day, it's like, this is my world title fight in my home country. This is something I've been asking for a very long time. So when I'm training hard, I'm working hard now, there's just a different energy to this camp, you know? Like, I feel like the old me is back. Like, there's many times I fought for money, there's many times I fought for just the love of the sport. But this one's just for, like, legacy and to tell my kids, you know what, your dad was a world champion. There's too many people in life that tell their kids, you can be anything you want in life, but they go and work a shit job that they don't like. And I'm like, I want to show my kids, listen, if you focus your energy on something and be positive and work hard enough, you can be anything you want in life. And I want to be the example. I don't want just to say it like a lot of people, you know.
You're 33 now. How long do you think you've got left in the game? How many more years do you want to give this?
I only want to give it one more year. And it's not because I don't think I have more to give. It's just I don't see the need. All I ever wanted was to be a world champion. So for me, like, once I accomplish that goal, like, what? I would love to have a unification fight. I'd love to win the world title, defend it, and have a unification fight. But at the end of the day, like, once I become world champion, bro, I've already exceeded what I expected, what I set out to do in this game. Boxing started mainly just to keep me off the streets. I was fucking fighting all the time, you know, so no matter what, I've been an underdog so many times in prize fighter against Declan Garrity, against Scott Quigg, and now, believe it or not, I'm an underdog against this kid because he's had to win the Commonwealth title. I'm an underdog in this fight in the bookies. That for me is crazy.
Do you really feel that you are, or do you think that's just what the bookies are saying?
That's just what the bookies are saying. There's no fucking way in a billion years I'm an underdog.
Do you think, with your experience, you're going to take the fight to him? Do you think you're going to make it a difficult night for him?
Bro, the way I believe, what I truly believe in my heart to heart is that there's different levels to boxing. Number one, I'm just on a different level, experience-wise, power-wise, speed-wise, technical-wise. I believe I could take it to him in every single aspect of the sport, whether we stand toe-to-toe and go for a fight, go to war. I believe I have a bigger heart. Whether we box at distance or have the speed and the intelligence and the boxing IQ to outperform him that way. I believe I could beat him in every area of the sport. So I just do not see what these bookies are saying, but who knows? Who knows?
It's interesting.
It's
isn't
very
it?
interesting.
Now, you mentioned that you want to give it one more year. This is the IBO title that you're fighting for. Now, if you win this, what do you want next? What would be the next? If you give it another 12 months, who would you like to fight? Now, you mentioned earlier to me that you can even go up to lightweight. Now, Maxie Hughes was here the other month at the IBA. Now, he fights at lightweight.
Yeah.
And you've fought him before. Would that be a rematch that you would like to see someone like that with you again in the ring?
If there was a title, 100%. If there's a title involved, definitely. Me and Maxie, there was never any beef with me and Maxie Hughes.
Yeah.
I like Maxie Hughes. He just caught me on the hop. I still to this day, even that, I believe I won that fight. Like even when the fight finished, I had my hand up. He didn't have his hand up. He looked his hand. It was COVID times. It was mad. It was mad times. I'm not going to make excuses for it.
Yeah.
But I don't truly believe I actually lost that fight. I know I'm a better fighter than Maxie Hughes, but I like Maxie Hughes and I have respect for him, so I never slighted him. I never tried to call out for the rematch or anything like that. I honestly just didn't care, bro. It was like, you know what? I know I'm good enough to come back and win a world title. I hope you elevate yourself, because Maxie Hughes, you have to understand, he wasn't fighting for world titles at this stage. That elevated him like that, and then he ended up becoming a world champion at lightweight. Like, I gave away a weight division just to fight him because I just thought, no problem. It's after COVID. It was terrible money and all. It was like, I just done it for the sake of keeping busy. I was just at the beating Scott quick. And then I had no southpaw sparring because of COVID. There was loads of things. I had to go to Ireland 3 weeks before. My trainer had a Russian passport at the time. He couldn't even get to Ireland. And then we had to travel there 2 weeks before. So I was like 4 or 5 weeks without my trainer. I got my dad to do my coach, like, you know what I mean, for the night. Like, my dad was never knew how to teach someone how to do 12 rounds, like to guide them in between. So I told my dad, just be quiet. And his trainer was like, yeah, banging the thing. So maybe because it was so quiet, maybe that had an influence on the judges. I don't know. But like, I don't care. That's not even a fight that I'm interested in, because at the time I got terrible money for that fight. You know, if there was good money for the fight, 1 billion % I'd fight Maxie Hughes and I'm happy. But honestly, when I say I fight anyone, I don't care. Show me the money. Like, we're prize fighters.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because obviously you train in camp here alongside your good friend Jazz Dickens, who's obviously defending his WBA super featherweight title. What would that be like? Would you fight someone like that who's a friend, who's an ally, someone in your camp?
Bro, me and Jazz have shared the ring numerous of times. I got Jazz over from my training camp when I fought Tevin Farmer for the world title. I respected Jazz and loved Jazz from then. Brought him over. He brought me over when he was in that big competition, you know. And then I half linked him up with Albert, you know what I mean? Me and Jazz are like brothers. But we shared the ring loads of times. We sparred numerous of occasions. You think we wouldn't go in there and fight for the world title and both get paid? 100 billion % we would.
It would definitely be a very great one to watch.
It would be an amazing fight, but I would love it, and he'd love it, but it's like, I don't want it. Because I don't want to actually, like, me and Jazz to have that mentality of not wanting to like each other. But again, it's the fight business, bro. My prize for it is if it makes sense, it makes
interesting
money,
because
it makes sense.
Because you're both the same weight and you train in the same camp. So.
Bro, I remember one time, like, this is how close me and Jazz and I remember one time I was doing the commentary on his fight, and at the time, my girlfriend was texting his girlfriend at the time, and they were all chatting. Like, so even my family knows his family. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've went to hot yoga with Jazz's dad. Like, that's how much, like, you know what I mean? He's my mate. He's like proper like a brother to me. But like, fighting's fighting, bro. Boxing is just a sport. Me and Jazz are smart enough, old enough, wise enough to just put our egos aside and just be like, you know what? Let's just do it. Who cares? We're both gonna buy a gaffer after the fight. It's all good.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this one against Colm Murphy. I don't usually ask for fight predictions, but I'm going to ask you for one anyway. Yeah. Because Dev did ask him what his prediction was.
What was his prediction?
So he said he's gonna take it to you. He said that he wants to make it a good fight, but he says you're gonna take it to him, and he says you're gonna make it a good fight. So he's like, it's gonna be a tough one, but he's gonna give it his all.
Yeah, because I truly believe that he doesn't believe he can beat me. In his heart of hearts. I remember when I fought Tevin Farmer, I was asking questions. I thought I could win the fight, but I didn't know if I was able to do 12 rounds with a world-class operator. I had to answer those questions on the night. I answered those questions. He hasn't had to do that yet. Yeah, he won the Commonwealth title, but he won the Commonwealth title against a nobody, let's be real.
And also in 6 rounds against a problem with Salah's hand, so it wasn't necessarily the full fight that it could have been.
Nah, the trainer wanted to throw the towel in. You could see the trainer actually threw the towel in. The ref never stopped it. Previous to that, I think the hand injury thing was just an excuse. I don't think he had a hand injury because the trainer was waving it off when Colm was putting it on him. But regardless of that, I don't think this man. He has questions to answer. I've already answered all my questions. I know him more level. He doesn't know if he can go 12 rounds with a warrior like me. He just doesn't know. And he's hoping and praying and wishing for the best, the same way I did before him.
And you're going to have your Dublin home crowd there watching you.
But yeah, I understand that. That's amazing and exciting, but that's just for memory's sake.
That
won't
spur
help
you on even more, though?
No, because that won't help you in the fight. That's going to be one of them after the fight. I'm going to be like, that was fucking amazing, wasn't it? Like, and then talk about it and then let it all sink in. You know what I mean? But I believe, truly, 6-7 rounds, I believe I can stop him. But I'm not going to go for the knockout. I'm going to train like hard for a 12-round fight. But I genuinely believe like it's going to take me about 3 rounds to figure his weird style out because he's awkward and weird and whatever else. Once I get his timing and everything else down, bro, I reckon I can easily break him down. And he leaves his chin high in the air, especially when he's committing to 2 and 3 punches. I reckon I'm just going to clip him one time and that's it. That's all she wrote, bro.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it.
Inshallah. That's what I'm wishing and hoping and praying for.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Honestly, great one, man.
Nah, thank you.